Hello friends, welcome to Notebook Videos. In the previous videos, we discussed about the problems that our economy faces and how the need for development has taken a toll at the economy at times. Apart from the economic point of view and the financial crunch, we paid a heavy price for the economic and infrastructure development as it came at the cost of environmental deterioration. In this video, we shall be talking about perhaps the most important aspect of living in a country or a planet. And that is our environment. In this video, we will learn about environment, its definition, functions of the environment, the state of India's environment, and the challenges that arise against India's environment and the movements rising to solve these issues. Firstly, we need to understand about the importance of environment in our lives. How do environmental problems affect our daily lives? With the growing industrialization and the modernization of the economy, we have made several advancements in the infrastructure and economical development of our country. We've grown leaps and bounds across sectors, but has the growth been a sustainable one? Probably not. Let's therefore see how environment contributes to the economic development of a country and the importance of a healthy environment in our economy's growth. Why do we actually need to have a healthy economy? Have you ever given it a thought, my friends? It should be very easy to answer this question. It is access to community development, infrastructure, healthcare, education, and research. Let's now look at the environment only. Well, environment can be defined as the total planetary inheritance and the totality of all resources that includes all biotic and abiotic components of the nature that affect each other. The birds, animals, plants, fishes, forests, and insects, all living beings constitute the biotic components of the environment. Land, air, water, sunlight, all non-living components that affect the biotic elements constitute the abiotic components. Other examples are soil, rock, and minerals. Thus, studying the environment deals with studying the interrelationship between the biotic and abiotic components. You should therefore already know that the environment plays a very important part in our lives. Major functionalities of the environment are: environment provides us with resources, both renewable resources, that is resources that can be used without the possibility of it being depleted or exhausted, and non-renewable resources, that is resources that get exhausted with extraction and use. Trees in forest, fishes in oceans are examples of renewable resources of energy. Fossil fuel is a solid example of a non-renewable energy resource. Environment helps in assimilating waste. It provides genetic and biodiversity and thus sustains life. It also provides aesthetic services like scenery. Friends, we need to understand that the environment is able to perform its functions efficiently without any hindrance only when it is within its carrying capacity. This implies that generation of waste should be less than equal to the environment's capacity of waste assimilation. When this criteria is not fulfilled, the environment fails to perform its vital function of life, sustenance, and it results in the environmental crisis. The rising population of developing countries combined with the rising standards and affluent consumption in the developed countries has led to a stressful situation in terms of environment. Many of the resources have become extinct and the wastes generated are beyond the absorptive capacity of what the environment can offer. Absorptive capacity means the ability of the environment to absorb degradation. Tough times lie ahead and we need to talk about it. Our world is on the threshold of collapse with the intensive and extensive extraction leading to the extinction of some of the most vital resources of the environment. Added to these are the health costs of degraded environmental quality, poor air and water quality, which has led to severe widespread of waterborne and respiratory diseases. Do you know that 70% of the total water available in India is polluted? Shocking, isn't it? Moreover, global environmental issue like ozone depletion and global warming has added to the government woes by increasing government's expenditure on environment, thus making clear that the already high costs will keep on rising with the increasing negative impacts on the environment. Friends, what do you think about the environmental problems? Are the environmental problems new to us? Well, the answer needs elaboration. Global warming is defined as a gradual increase in the temperature of Earth's inner atmosphere as a result of the greenhouse gases since the Industrial Revolution. Much of the recently observed global warming is human-induced, which is caused by man-made carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases due to activities like burning of fossil fuels and deforestation. Some of the results of global warming are increase in sea level due to melting of glaciers, unavailability of drinking water due to disruption in water facilities, extinction of species due to destruction of ecological niches, an increase in tropical storms and tropical diseases. Just like global warming, ozone depletion is another important concern of environment deterioration. Ozone depletion refers to the phenomena of reduction in the amount of ozone in the stratosphere. But how does it happen? The problem of ozone depletion occurs with increase in chlorine and bromine in the stratosphere, which originates from the chlorofluorocarbons used as cooling substances in refrigerators and air conditioners. Ozone layer protects the Earth from harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun. UV rays can cause skin cancer in humans and destroy aquatics and terrestrial life as well. The Montreal Protocol is an international treaty designed to protect the ozone layer by banning the production and use of chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs, and other substances that are responsible for ozone depletion. By 2013, majority of the countries have joined. Friends, why don't you tell me about your thoughts on such excessive use of environmental resources? Can't we maintain harmony with nature and still fulfill our needs of development? Well, the population explosion and industrial revolution can be responsible for the ever-increasing demands, but the main culprit has been the human itself. We've exploited the nature according to our needs without giving much emphasis upon nature's harmony, and this is bound to have adverse effects. The reverse supply-demand relationship has led to the increase in demand for resources, whereas supply has been limited with the overuse or misuse of environmental resources. Let's talk about our motherland, India, the land of vast contrasts and a beautiful topography. Our country, India, is blessed with variety of resources. Rich quality soil, vast mineral reserves, hundreds of rivers and tributaries, the surrounding sea bodies and the Indian Ocean, and the range of mountains. All of this makes India the best of the best. Let's dive deep into the resources. The black soil of the Deccan Plateau is great for cotton cultivation. Hence, we find a number of textile in this region. The Indo-Gangetic Plain spread from Arabian Sea to Bay of Bengal is one of the most fertile plains in the world. Intensively cultivated and densely populated regions in the world. Large deposits of iron ore and natural gas are found in the country. India amounts for 20% of the world's iron ore reserves. However, the development activities in India has led to a rise in dichotomy, or the threat of poverty-induced environmental degradation, which can ring alarming bells for the future of India's development ecosystem. The major issues with environment are biodiversity loss, air pollution, especially in urban cities. Various movements like Chipko to save trees in Himalayas and Apico in Karnataka are rising to save environment and spread awareness among people. Friends, what do you think? What are the reasons for land degradation? Well, some of the factors that can be deemed responsible for land degradation are deforestation, leading to loss of vegetation, unsustainable fuel and fodder extraction, shifting cultivation, encroachment into forest lands, forest fires, not adopting to soil conservation measures, improper crop rotation, indiscriminate use of agrochemicals such as pesticides and fertilizers, improper planning and management of irrigation centers, false extraction of groundwater for personal use. In order to address two major issues, air and water pollution, the government has set up Central Pollution Control Board (CPCB) in 1974. This was followed by state government forming their own state-level boards to tackle pollution. The PCBs formulate policies, frameworks and guidelines to treat sewage and tackle pollution and emission. In India, air pollution is widespread in urban areas with large number of vehicles and factories. Do you know that Delhi is one of the most polluted cities in the world and perhaps the most polluted city in India, which is perhaps the worst in terms of air quality? Things can get worse if proper emphasis isn't laid upon tackling this sooner. That is all in this session. With this, we hope to conclude our session today. We will be happy to see you in our next videos. I hope you've enjoyed the lesson and goodbye.